Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to talk about something that's very close to my heart, and that is of course my gene sire, Rogal Dorn. Now a lot of people come to me in my streams on the social media and they always post memes, they always take the mickey, let's say, about Rogal Dorn being dead. But I know, like any true son of Rogal Dorn knows, that Rogal Dorn is alive and he is fortifying his position somewhere out in the galaxy. Now I know what you're going to say, well, Conrad Curse saw his death, Varak. Well, he saw, Rogal Dorn being brought down and ripped apart. That could be like his armor being ripped apart. There's nothing that states, his head was held up or anything like that. So what I want to do today, I want to make a video explaining why I think Dorn is still alive, what has happened to Rogal Dorn, where he is, and potentially how he could return in some type of way into the new 9th edition storyline. So let's jump in and let's get talking about the greatest loyalist Primarch, Rogal Dorn, true War Master and the Praetorian of Terror. Just to say, this is my theory and my theory alone. This is not like written in stone anywhere like that. Again, as a son of Dorn, I will always stick to the Hollywood type of thing. If there's no body, that means there is no death. Yes, his body was encased in amber at one point in the lore, but they retcon that, and that is a big hint to me that Rogal Dorn is still alive. All we have now is his hand encased in armor, where the Imperial Fist go and Scrimshaw their latest chapter master name on there. I actually went there last week and Scrimshaw chapter master Varak's name on there because, as you know now, I am the official chapter master of the Imperial Fists. Now, before we talk about where Rogal Dorn is, we first have to understand how he got there. And to do that, we have to revisit a vital part in Dorn's story. And that takes place at the Battle of Pluto, where he fought his traitorous brother, Alpharius. Now, this all takes place in the book Praetorian of Terror. So, spoiler warning for those who are currently reading it at the moment. I'll include a little spoilers all the way through as I read the extract and talk about this little scene, so you don't get spoiled. But it has been out now for a couple of years. Now, Praetorian Terror is by far one of the greatest books in the Horus Heresy series because it features glorious Rogal Dorn taking on Alpharius. Now, this is the extract that sums up their battle. Dorn stood unmoved, the spear embedded in his shoulder where he had stepped in to take the blow. His left hand was locked around the spear's haft. For an instant, the two Primarchs were at arm's reach apart, eye to eye. "Brother," Alpharius began, and Dorn hacked Storm's teeth through Alpharius' arms above the wrists. Blood and sparks fell in a flash of gunfire. The world became a slow sliding tableau of movement. Dorn's face, cold stone, marked with blood and strobing shadows as he pulled the spear from his shoulder. Alpharius staggering, lashing out with a kick. Another cut, ciphering from left to right. Storm's teeth ripping armor like parchment. Red gloss, sheen on indigo blue, and a demigod falling, his torso an open cave of meat and bone. The only sound the growl of Storm's teeth and the clang as Alpharius' body struck the deck and began to rise, strength defying the red trim of his body. Dorn still had the spear in one hand. But victory, Alpharius grasped. Dorn rammed the spear through his brother's chest. The tip punctured through the power plant on the back of Alpharius' armor. Alpharius' mouth opened, his eyes wide. A great wash of blood poured from beneath his teeth. Dorn held him on the spear, the two so close that it seemed almost as an embrace. The air around them was blurring like a heat haze as blood struck the floor. Now that is just a little summary of that battle. You should get the full book because it is incredible. But for me, this is where Dorn's disappearance begins, because I think since Alpharius died at Dorn's hand, it was his brother Omegon who was going to seek revenge. For those of you saying that that wasn't Alpharius lives, everything like that, the author himself confirmed that that was Alpharius. And also we have a scene after that where Omegon wakes up from a kind of stasis sleep on his ship, and he senses his brother's death, and he says something like, I am now alone in the galaxy. So I think that the main main story of Rogal Dorn is entangled with Omegon seeking his revenge. Now let's jump forward to the actual events where Rogal Dorn went missing. Now we know that Rogal Dorn was engaging a black crusade. You know, he was actually, you know, outnumbered, so-called sacrificed himself. He was brought down by thousands of cultists, marines, everything like that. But the thing that doesn't make sense is, if you kill a Primarch, right, why don't you then have that as like a mark of honor as a Chaos Marine? Surely, if I was a Chaos Marine, now I'm not saying I would do, this is an absolutely heretical chain of thoughts, but if I killed a loyalist Primarch, the first thing I would do is put his head like on a banner, put like some of his armor up on a banner and taunt him, say, hey, look what we've done, we've killed a Primarch, especially the Praetorian of Terror, who like the Emperor chose. This is like a big honcho when it comes to like a Primarch, and we don't see any mention of that at all. It's not even like whispered among like Chaos as far as I'm aware. Like they even speak about Dorn, like, well, we've got Dorn's so-called armor or head or his arm or, you know, something like that. It's just not mentioned at all. So I think that Dorn was not killed at all. I think Dorn was captured, and he was captured by Omegon. He was actually brought down by Omegon and his Alpha Legionnaires, the cultists and stuff, what actually Conrad Curse saw of being like subdued, brought down by, you know, hundreds and, you know, like 1,000 Marines and stuff, and he was captured, and that's where he remains today by Omegon. Omegon has actually got Dorn captured and put into a cell. Now the main question is, why would Omegon want to capture Rogal Dorn? If he wanted his revenge, why not just kill Dorn? Well, I think in some type of way he cut off his hand as a kind of symbolic kind of gesture, you know, the Imperial fist kind of thing, like, well, you're not the fist of the Imperium anymore, cut off his hand, and he left that, and that is what the Imperial fist found, and that is like our sacred relic and stuff like that now. But also, you have to remember that Rogal Dorn is a builder. His greatest goal in his life was to build the Empire for the Emperor himself. It was to build the Imperial dream, make it the greatest thing that has ever happened. Now, if you kill Rogal Dorn, Rogal Dorn's going to look at that as a win. I know that may sound a bit absurd, but Rogal Dorn is all about death and duty, to serve the Emperor, to serve the Imperium, and to die in the process of making it, you know, go forward, as all true loyalist Space Marines should do. Now, for me, the biggest thing you could do to Rogal Dorn is bring down that dream in front of him. So this is why I think Omegon has got him locked away, caged somewhere, to witness the fall of the Imperium. Not over a couple of years, but how long it's been going on for. Since Rogal Dorn rebooting, all that have been going away, the Imperial dream has slowly decayed. The region of space has been infected by chaos, cultists, Xenos, everything you can think of. That dream, that empire is slowly dying, and I think this is the biggest punishment you could put on Rogal Dorn, to make him watch it fall around him and not being able to do anything about it. So for me, that is why we haven't heard of Rogal Dorn. That's why there's been no evidence, no body, no anything, is that he's been captured by Omegon, and Omegon is acting his revenge on Rogal Dorn because Dorn killed Alpharius. He took away his brother. Even though you could argue that Alpharius and Omegon, one was a loyalist, one was a traitor, yes, I've heard all that kind of things, but even though they were still close, and I know all the Primarchs were brothers, but they were twins. Their bondship was closer than anyone else, in my opinion. So what does this mean? Of course, the number one thing, it means Rogal Dorn lives, ladies and gentlemen. Sons of the Wall, sons of Rogal Dorn. Dorn lives somewhere. He's out there. He is fortifying his position. Rogal Dorn is one of the most sternest characters when it comes to the Primarch. His will cannot be broken. Unlike Perturabo, you know, who gives himself over to the Dark Gods, you know, those traitor Primarchs, Rogal Dorn is not like that. He has the will, and he has the unmovability of the Wall of the Emperor himself, and he will not buy down. Yes, he's probably chained up somewhere witnessing this downfall, but his resolve and his faith in the Emperor shall not be moved. And one day, I truly believe that he will return to us. He will return to the Sons of Dawn, and there's so many theories on how he could do that. I'll probably do that for like another video, but for now, all you have to think about is that Rogal Dorn is alive, brothers. He is well somewhere. He's probably not well somewhere, but you know, he's probably getting tortured daily, but his resolve will not be budged, and he will return to us, and he will help Guilliman, and he will make the Imperium take back the galaxy and rebuild it to heights never witnessed before. Alright, Chaperoons, that's me done for another video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. As always, please give me your thoughts and feedback of this matter. Where do you think Rogal Dorn is? Do you think my theory kind of makes sense? Or do you think it's just thoughts of a madman? How dare you? Dorn lives. And if you disagree, then I'll ban you. It's simple as that, because Dorn lives, and Dorn is by far the greatest, loyalist Primarch that ever lived. He's the only Primarch, officially, that's got a trait of Primarch kill. Don't give me that, you know, Rebooted Gilliman killed all Omegan stuff. That was all false. All we do know is that Rogal Dorn did officially kill a trait of Primarch, and none of the other Primarchs have got that. Again, don't talk about Lehman Russ and the 2nd and the 11th. That's just all rumour at the moment. We need it in text. Hard words to be written down. Right, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching, as always. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts, feedback, everything like that down below, and we'll have a nice little chat down there. See you now. Have a great day, and bye-bye.